Hi, this is Chris Makulik here filming with Condemned Labs today. We just got finished up with back. I'm going to share my 3 tips for building a big back. My first tip is to remember to always retract the scapula. If you're not retracting it, you're not getting your back involved. Everybody can pull with their arms. You're going to feel it in your arms, maybe rear delts, but as long as you're not pinching those scapulas back, you're not getting any type of back mobility. No movement, no nothing. Tip 2 is not to go too light with the weight. I know a lot of people, say the reps, the form and all that, but I'm a big believer in it's a big muscle. It's a very large muscle. You don't want to play around with light weights just to get a little blood in there. You want to really break down that muscle, and it's a dense muscle to begin with. It's very thick fibers, so you want to load it with some weight. Controlled, of course. You got to move it very controlled, but you want to move as heavy as possible, as correctly as possible. My third tip for a big back is to remember there's different areas to your back, and you don't want to slack off on a single one. Some people have wider lats, some people have more thickness on the inside, or some people have, better lower back. As big as that muscle is, you start slacking in certain areas, it's going to be noticeable. For me, for example, I know that my width is there compared to the thickness on the inside, so I focus more on trying to get the middle of my back engaged during my lift. So I'll focus more on my rows and things that involve the inner back. So the first workout we did today was rack pulls. I usually start off with these. I always start off with my heavy compound movement for every body part. So today we just happen to have our rack pulls. I like rack pulls because they take out the legs for most of the movement, as opposed to a deadlift where you're starting from the bottom and your legs are engaged. It keeps everything mostly on the back. So what we do is we started with 1 plate, worked our way up to 7 plates today, and every time your main focus is on the retraction of the scapula at the top, and then coming down slowly. You don't want to bounce, you don't want to do any of that, and you want to pinch when you're coming up. And that's for overall back mass. The second workout we did was wide grip pull downs. We use the mag grips. I just prefer them sometimes because they let me hook my arms into a more solidified position so that I'm using more of my back as opposed to gripping with my forearms and taking the tension off of my back. That's just your basic, pull down for width and inner thickness, depending on how you keep your elbows and where you're squeezing and where you're bringing the bar down. I bring it down a little further down so it hits a little bit lower on the lat. That's just my preference. You can do it however you choose to. My third workout today was the dumbbell rows. This is your, one of those bread and butter workouts where you just row and a grow. You want to make sure that, that you find your arm in a comfortable position to where it's hanging, but you're not moving your lower back too much in a twisting formation to jerk that weight up. You want to keep yourself nice and solidified, keeps your lower back safe, and you want to make sure when you're pulling up, you're pulling with the retraction of the scapula, not your arm or your rear delt. I see a lot of times guys are whipping the weight up, and not getting any type of back involvement, and that's just wasting the exercise. So the fourth workout today was cable rows. I use the medium width mag bar grip for my cable rows today. Cable rows I always try to incorporate just because I don't go as heavy, but it lets me squeeze my back and hold it there for a little bit, and it's more controlled. And when I come down very slow and try to feel the stretch in the lat all the way down and pause it at the bottom. It's a really nice stretch. And when you come up, you try to squeeze that back and again, retract the scapula. We finished off with pullovers with the dumbbell. I switch between the machine and the dumbbells, and sometimes cables even. Today we did dumbbells, and the key to these, in my opinion, is to make sure that when you're coming up with the weight, you keep those arms as straight as possible. You're getting a stretch in your lat, and when you come up, you don't want to come up too far because now you're starting to engage your chest. I try to keep it right above the forehead, and then I go back down, keep the tension constantly on my lat. With this, you can go light, you can go heavy. We started fairly light and went to about 135, I believe, for the last set. And this just is a great way to end off the workout in terms of stretching the lat, getting the blood, whatever's left, to get it engaged. And after that, we pretty much wrap it up. Hey, this is Chris Makulik. You can follow me on Instagram at Chris Makulik. Until next time.